All right, good evening, everybody. It's the Fantasy Sports Boss. Welcome to Fantasy Football Live. It is Thursday, November 16th of 2023. We have a blockbuster game tonight, and it's very rare where we have a good Thursday night game, but we certainly have that tonight. Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals. Last call for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's got to get up off the couch, put forth even a semi-decent fantasy football outing after he's done nothing but listless work over the last couple of weeks. Have to see some sort of a good outing for him against the Bengals tonight. Also for Cincinnati, no T. Higgins. Jamar Chase feeling better this week, and he's obviously going to be the focal point of the offense. Joe Mixon as well for the Bengals, and it's not an easy assignment. The Baltimore Ravens, to me, they look like one of the best teams, if not the best team in football right now. They're just absolutely trucking everybody. I know they lost to the Browns last week. It's kind of a weird game, kind of a fluky game, but they are playing really, really well, especially defensively. Now, offensively, the passing game just hasn't been working of late. They need to dial up some more Lamar Jackson design runs. That seems to bring him back to his old roots as a former MVP. Whether Todd Monken doesn't want him running around the goal line, I don't know, but the evidence seems to suggest that's the case, but we'll have to see what happens tonight. Hey, SC, hello, aloha to you too. Hey, Boozy, JN. And the other big story is Justin Jefferson. That's why I put him up as the picture. Is he going to play? Will Jefferson be out there? And adding to the I guess difficulty of weighing whether he's gonna be there or not, and how this impacts your fantasy team is they play Sunday night against Denver. So unless you have a Denver Bronco, a Kansas City Chief, or a Philadelphia Eagle to put in the flex. Now I have Isaiah Pacheco that I could put in there if need be. Then that's the situation. Now Pacheco is a to the bench guy for me this week because he's taking on a Philadelphia Eagles rush defense that I don't believe has given up more than 60 yards on the ground to any rusher this season. So Pacheco to me is to the bench. But, if it's looking like a game time decision, then I'm just going to have to be, forced to do that because you obviously want to have Justin Jefferson in there. Is Mitchell a start tonight? Keaton Mitchell, I think in a deeper league, and if you're desperate, yes, you play him. The problem is he's still, I know they say, no, he's going to get more work. Which is great. But even last week, I know he literally made the most of his precious few opportunities. There's a razor thin margin for him. If he doesn't score, if Mitchell doesn't score, then he could put up a 2 or 3 point game. And that is a disastrous way to start the week. So I'm inclined not to play him. I know the upside is there. Listen, he could go for 100 yards and score, a 60-yard touchdown tonight. That's absolutely within the realm of possibility. But I'm not willing on a Thursday night to begin the week to gamble like that unless you really have to. I would not play Keaton over Breece Hall. Buffalo defense is not playing well. And, Breece Hall obviously is one of the most electric runners in football. So Noah Brown over Hollywood if Nico is out. Yeah, I think so. And it seems like Trey McBride is the focal point of the passing offense now. As far as Howell and Murray, I might lean to Murray because, the Commanders are playing the Giants, and we all know teams are probably going to shut it down the second half against them. Whereas there is shootout potential, in the Arizona game against Houston. I mean, two teams that don't have good defenses have a lot of and how about the Arizona Cardinals? All of a sudden, the Cardinals, they're a team that has some of the most underrated fantasy assets in the game. Kyler Murray at quarterback, James Conner at running back, Trey McBride, sudden star, looks like a top 5 tight end. Hollywood Brown, same thing. These are all underappreciated fantasy assets. So that absolutely lends me to believe that these guys, that game against Houston is going to be a high-scoring game. We have a $9.99 super chat, very generous super chat from Rain Young. Thank you, Rain. I appreciate it. Hey, boss, it's going to be a good week. Someone offered me a trade, Sam Laporta and Taysom Hill for Jermaine Ford and Jerome Ford, you meant, and Cortland Sutton. Decline or accept that? I think I would accept that. I mean, Taysom Hill. Your guess is as good as mine as far as like which week he's going to go. He's going to go, to the moon. Sam Laporta. He's definitely cooled down of late. And they have Jamison Williams who's still getting up to speed. They brought in Donovan Peoples-Jones. Does that impact him? I don't know. Um, I do like the way Ford is running the football right now. He's making the most of his opportunities. And Cortland Sutton has been good for a touchdown every other game pretty much. So I would lean to doing that. But again, thank you for that super chat. Extremely generous, Rain. Thank you so much. You're serious, Keaton over Brees Hall. Yeah, because look at it this way, Chris. Brees Hall's going to touch the ball 22 to 25 times during the game. All right. Keaton Mitchell, 5 to 7. If he's lucky, he's going to touch it 10 times. So when you look at it through that prism, Hall has much more opportunity to not only score, but break one. And that's how I always do a tie break. Like Keaton Mitchell's playing great. He's not going to get goal line work. That's still going to be Gus Edwards because it's working. So why mess with something that's already working? You know what I'm saying? I get the upside is great, but everybody's already forgetting how awesome a player Brees Hall is. He's a top 5 talent. I get the offensive line is bad. I get, the issues with Zach Wilson, but the Bills defense has not been good. So all it takes is one carry for Brees Hall, and he's also going to be used liberally in the passing offense. You don't seem enthusiastic about Marquise Brown anyway. No, I am enthusiastic about him. It was a bad matchup for him last week. The only thing I want to see is if it's not going to be Brown and now maybe Trey McBride is the top guy. Like that surprised me last week, how much work Trey McBride got. It looked like the two of them had been working. They became simpatico while Murray was rehabbing and McBride was behind Zach Ertz. That seems to be what happened. Or it could just simply be AJ Terrell was locking down Marquise Brown as he does to pretty much everybody. So I'm definitely not cooled on him. And again, I still would buy low on him for sure. Which wide receiver do you like better in a trade? Devontae Adams or Brown? Oh man, I'm not a fan of Devontae Adams. I would still say Hollywood Brown. Thank you much, boss. I was fighting my mind on that. I didn't know what to do. Yo, you're welcome, Rain, and thank you for that super chat. Give Jacobs and Jones to get Walker, Swift, and DJ Moore. I think I would. I like all four of them. I mean, I like Swift a lot. I like Jones. But how many touchdowns is Jones going to score? That's the problem. Kenneth Walker, who scares me with the injuries, he's scoring touchdowns at a high clip. Debo, so I think I would do that. Dobbs, Samuel, or Boyd. I'm not doing anything with the Packers. So I would have to say the Ravens are tough. I would have to say slight lean to Samuel. I did that one. Devontae Adams. I'd rather have Hollywood Brown, Austin. To Pollard, Pacheco, Swift, and Achane. Definitely Swift. I'm not playing Pacheco against the Eagles. Go look it up. The Eagles stop every running back holding his track. So I'm not going Pacheco. I would have to go Pollard because I have to see. Now, if Raheem Mostert, who popped up on the injury report off a bye, can't go, then you definitely put an Achane with Swift. That's okay, Chris. No big deal. Dameon Pierce is probably going to be out. Even if he's in, it's going to be the Devin Singletary show. Dobbs and TD machine. Yeah, but again, he's not catching a lot of passes. So if it's a PPR league, I'm already inclined to go against him. And Jordan Love is not playing well. So, I'm not a fan of this offense at all. That's the problem. Singletary in the flex, yeah, it's not bad. He's getting the workload now. We don't know about Dameon Pierce yet, so yeah, I would do that. Kenneth Walker sell high, yeah, he could be. We keep waiting for the injury to strike Kenneth Walker, and it hasn't. He had that one issue that he fought his way through. Props to him, but he's been lucky so far. No Brown a risky flex, yeah. If Nico is back, he's risky. And Kincaid, I have Kincaid and offered Williams running back Denver. Would you trade away Kincaid full PPR? Javonte Williams is looking like his old self now. Like what they envisioned Javonte Williams to be in terms of a workhorse back prior to the ACL tear is what he looks like right now. So I'm a fan of his. I think I would do that deal. And the Bills offense, we don't know what it's going to be now with Ken Dorsey. I don't like changing offensive coordinators, especially late in the season. that has trouble written all over it. Eagles D, yes. Yeah, the passing game, surprisingly, they've been giving up a lot of chunk plays in the passing game, which is shocking to me because of the quarterbacks that they have. Listman and trade ideas. I mean, I don't like Fields at quarterback. That's the problem. The rest of the team looks good. I would try to trade Fields and maybe Kincaid and get a better quarterback. Is Ravens see a risky play versus Bengals? Yeah, I mean, the Bengals still have prime